Hey, welcome back. My name is Jay Oza. I teach, mentor, and coach people on public speaking so that they can get winning high stakes speeches, whether it's for a job interview, a business or sales meeting, or even at a conference in front of a lot of people. Today I want to focus on a sales tip. And this tip has to do with objection handling. One of the things that advice that you always get from sales gurus is you got to be good at objection handling. I'm of the opinion that's the dumbest advice to ever give when it comes to sales. I'm of the belief that no matter how good a salesman I am, I can't sell you anything. All I can do is help you sell yourself on what I want to sell. Okay, it sounds kind of difficult, but only you can sell something that you want. If I have to do it, it isn't going to work because one of the ways you do it is you're going to point out something and I have to now handle those objections. Objection handling is not the way you ever want to sell. And also it makes you sound too scripted and you don't come across like a salesman as an advisor. You come across as somebody who just wants to make a sale and you're not looking after the customer's interest. So the first advice I would give you is do not focus on objection handling. They're there. Let it remain there. Okay. You have to just focus on what are what is the one thing that they like about your product or service that would make them want it, and you just focus on that. So rather than just say all these things, let me just give you a particular example. So I was talking to a client, and this was about this public speaking coaching service that I offer, and I kind of explained to him some of the things that I do and how it can help them. And then I asked the person, what are some of the reasons why you would want to get take advantage of my coaching service? And the person mentioned doesn't give a lot of speeches, the budget doesn't show you the budget, and also the time factor. And I said, those are all good reasons. I didn't argue with them, try to raise any objection. The person, you have to respect people's opinion. People's opinion belong to them, and you don't want to try to say that those opinions are crap. They are their opinions, and you got to respect it. Now, I said those are all valid reasons, and I completely agree. But what would be one main reason why, or benefit what's the main benefit you would get from taking this coaching service, coaching that I provide? And he said, well, it would certainly help me promote my business. Okay. And I said, how would that happen? Well, I can probably do some videos. I could even go out and give some speeches, and that it would help me generate more clients and it could grow my business. Perfect. So how important is that? And the person said, that's very important because I do need to grow my business. So speaking would definitely help you grow your business. And he said, yes, absolutely. So right away, all I needed was just one main reason on how it would benefit the person. I don't need all the objections. Objections he already has. There's nothing I can do about that. The decision is going to be based on the person. He's going to have to weigh the benefits versus the objections. It's not your job to help him with that. Because here's what can happen. If you start focusing on objection like budget, like, hey, is this worth it? Like, isn't taking this course worth it more than that? That's not for you to determine. That person is smart. He knows how to, he's a businessman. He knows how to count. He knows what's more important for him. He has done the accounting on how important is public speaking. He's already figured that out. And for you to do it, it's just ridiculous. It's gimmicky and it doesn't even work. And also, when you try to object to something, that makes the person even get hardened on his objection. So you're losing it even instead of focusing on the objection, you're helping the person. You're selling him on why he shouldn't buy anything from you. So that's what objection handling does. That I would just say ignore objection handling. That's not your job. That's the person's opinion, and he's entitled to it. True or not is not your job. Your job is to focus on the prize, the big prize. The big prize is, what is the main thing that he likes about your product? What is the main benefit that he can take advantage of? And just focus on that. And if you focus on that, then the objections are there, but the benefit edges out to the point will help the person make the decision. Now, this is something that sounds so obvious, and if you need more examples, just let's take a look at the political election we just had in 2016, where Donald Trump got elected over Hillary Clinton. There were so many objections people were throwing in front of the people who wanted to vote for Donald Trump, like, he's anti-women, he's anti-Hispanic, he's anti-Muslim, he's anti-trade, he's anti-this, anti-that. But they like Donald Trump. He's so entertaining. And all those other things or objections that they got firmer and firmer. Like, oh, he said this about women? Oh, but he's entertaining. Oh, he said this about Hispanics? But I like the way he says about that Mexico is going to pay for the wall. He's entertaining. So at the end, what happened is those objections made them even like Donald Trump even more. People were giving him more and more objections. They were handling those objections. They're trying to refute those objections. And they ended up liking him even more. And it hardened their position that, hey, I like him even more. And at the end, there wasn't any one reason that people said, what is the one reason why you would want to vote for Hillary Clinton? That was the question that never got asked. It was always like, don't vote for Donald Trump. He's this, he's that, he's that. And as a result, people got hardened. And all Donald Trump had to do was look for that narrow path to victory, and he's now the president. He gets to be the most, hold the most powerful position in the world. And that's no different when you're selling in any situation, whether to your children, to your wife, to a client, or even at work. You have to focus on the one thing that stands out over all the other objections, and then just make that bigger. Make that bigger because there's an agreement there. So in my case, if somebody said that your public speaking coaching will help me promote my business better, more effectively, and that'll help me grow my business, how important is that for you? If that's important, forget about the objections. Yeah, I understand it. There's a budget. But if you tell me, yes, I want it, we'll work out the budget. We'll come up with a payment plan. Time? Hey, you know what? We just need to allocate certain time on a that's convenient to both of us. Let's figure that out. Number of speeches? Hell, we can figure that out too. We can put you on a advertise, like you're available to give a speech at different accounting organizations. There are people out there always looking for somebody with domain expertise. Those are not the issues. We can work around that. But first, convince yourself that the important thing is more, it outweighs the stuff that makes you not do it. And once you get to that point, the other things, we can figure those out. And I think that is a better approach in sales that I don't see a lot of people out there recommending. They always tell you, like, oh, you got to really be able to handle those objections. And I think, no, screw the objections. Objections are there for a reason, because everybody has their own opinions. And you have to respect people's objections and say, yes, those objections are legitimate, but let's focus on why you would want to do it. And don't even mention objections. The more you mention them, they get more important. You want to minimize the objections. Yes, they're there. I got it. I heard it. But I'm not going to mention it. I'm going to focus on why you like this product, why you like this service that I'm offering. And let's figure out, how do we make that more important than these other things that are also in your head somewhere? And if this becomes more important, then you will figure out that maybe I can deal with these objections. Let the client deal with the objection. Why should you deal with it? Let them figure out how to. Because once he decides that he likes this more, then he will figure out his reasons to overcome the objection. You shouldn't be the one doing it. Okay? This takes work. This can apply in any situation, any sales situation. And I will record a separate video on how you can use it at a job interview. Because a lot of times, when people want to hire you, you're never a perfect employee. And just like in a product or service, you're never a perfect product. The question is the benefit outweigh all the objections that you may have regarding that. And that's what you need to create. Okay, I hope this makes sense. Again, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or ideas, how you do it, how you handle objections, or whether you even bother with handling objection, let me know. I know there are two camps here. One camp is like, no, you got to really nip them in the bud, objections, objections, because they're out there. And I say, yes, they're always out there. And the question, the risk you face is the more you focus on them, you're directly going against their opinion. And that's something you're not going to be able to change people's mind. And I always look at it this way. I'm interested in the sale. I'm not interested in changing people's mind. And if you're telling me you like one thing about this product, then I'm going to focus on that and make that the most important thing. And that's what politicians do. That's why they win. And you can do the same thing when you're trying to sell and win. Okay? So thank you for watching. If you need any kind of coaching with sales or anything, let me know. I have a very good track record on this. And good luck.